So they together, but they living separate. And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
Diddy allegedly has evidence of Jay-Z unaliving his mistress, Kathy White. And the reason Diddy isn't in jail yet is because he's cooperating with authorities to take Jay down with him.
Now, aside from that, there's a whirlwind of rumors swirling around, suggesting that Beyonce is gearing up to file for divorce, especially after Jay-Z's name has been cropping up in connection with Diddy's case. Word on the street is that Beyonce is already dividing their assets and working hard to secure as much money as possible before Jay-Z's potential downfall. But what sparked Beyonce to make such a drastic move? Well, it all unfolded when the authorities stormed Diddy's residence, clearly on a mission to bring him down. And guess who's potentially in the firing line next? You guessed it, Jay-Z himself. There's talk that Diddy might have let slip some damning secrets, and if he's going down, he's supposedly taking everyone with him. Rumor has it that Jay-Z wasn't just a passive participant, he may have been the mastermind behind the whole operation. And he has some secrets tucked away that might leave you stunned when you hear about them. All of this has Beyonce contemplating her own situation with Jay-Z. She definitely doesn't want to be caught in the crossfire of this mess, does she? So what exactly is she thinking? Brace yourself because things are about to get wild.
They putting Jay-Z was a part of it. They telling their story and it all is coincide what we said years ago when we said
This year, we might witness one of the biggest splits ever to hit Hollywood because Jay-Z is lined up to face some serious revelations. No matter how much money he throws around or how many obstacles he tries to throw in the way, the truth is going to come out, and both Beyonce and Jay-Z are fully aware of it. For those of you scratching your heads wondering where all these rumors of divorce are popping up from, it all started when it came to light that some influential folks in the industry had been helping Diddy sweep his struggles with substance addiction under the rug. Naturally, people started connecting dots and thinking about who else might be tangled up in this web of secrecy, and Jay-Z's name came up. Considering how tight he and Diddy have been for years, spotted together at every high-profile event, it's not too surprising. But here's where things get even more interesting. Beyonce apparently had no clue about a lot of the shady stuff Jay-Z was getting into with Diddy. That's why she decided to bail before everything hit the fan. Adding to the drama, folks have been raising eyebrows and questioning the dynamics of Jay-Z and Beyonce's marriage. She was just 18 when they first met, while he was pushing 30. And there's some pretty solid evidence out there suggesting Jay-Z was romancing Foxy Brown when she was a mere 15, promising to make her a Hollywood star. Pretty much the same playbook Diddy used with Cassie when she was 19. According to insiders, once the higher-ups are done dealing with Diddy, all eyes will be on Jay-Z. It's bound to be a spectacle, especially once those big documentaries start dropping. Let's not forget the allegations from Beyonce's alleged ex-bodyguard a few months back, claiming that Jay-Z's been controlling Beyonce, even keeping her on substances.
Your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top. She's been on them for a long time. And you keep her that way. Y'all wish it what you wish it.
Uncle Ron spilled some tea claiming that Jay-Z intentionally introduced Beyonce to substances to control her. Apparently, Beyonce has been grappling with these substances for a while, and Jay-Z has been using this to maintain his influence over her. This situation sounds a lot like what Cassie accused Diddy of doing. Cassie claimed that Diddy provided her with substances and alcohol, leading to dangerous addictions that messed up her life. According to some insiders, their marriage might not have been genuine from the start. It's said Jay-Z needed a successful female artist by his side to transition into his mogul phase, and Beyonce needed a powerful industry man to help her access certain spaces. So, it's alleged that her dad and Jay struck a deal, handing Beyonce over to him. That could be why her parents never interfered, despite the age gap. Now, about Beyonce supposedly leaving Jay-Z, there are whispers that she's been rushing out her projects to cash in as much as she can before any shady dealings between Jay-Z and Diddy come to light. Blogger Storm Monroe even claimed Beyonce's fully aware of what's brewing and is hurrying to get things out before the storm hits. It's not typical for Beyonce to drop so much so fast, unless she's got a good reason to believe her influence could be at risk. It's also said they've been leading separate lives already, and if Jay-Z's next in line to face exposure, there might just be one of the biggest divorces Hollywood's ever seen on the horizon.
We may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z can, he can pay off or he can block. He won't be able to stop this. And she knows it. And he knows it too.
As for who will be the one to bear the brunt of this story, well, it's anybody's guess. Maybe we'll need to ask someone like Jason Lee for the scoop. But once the truth's out and Jay-Z is exposed, you can bet Beyonce will have something to say. Whether it's an interview or a statement released by their publicist, the world will know. And before all this unfolds, who knows? We might even get another tour or album from them. Money talks after all. Now, does Beyonce still love Jay-Z? It's hard to say. He's been a big part of her life for so long, but it's been rumored she was ready to leave him years ago. Yet the industry is a different beast, and who knows what kind of contracts or agreements might be at play. It's a complex situation, and while some might whisper about Illuminati involvement, the truth is anyone's guess. But it's clear Beyonce might feel a bit stuck in the middle of it all. When it comes to Jay-Z, it's not just his questionable relationships with younger girls that's raising eyebrows. There's word going around that he's actually been helping Diddy cover up some pretty shady stuff. Apparently, the recent raid on Diddy's place wasn't just because of the lawsuits he's facing now. The feds have been keeping tabs on both Diddy and Jay-Z for years. It all started when Diddy was accused of inappropriate relationships with underage boys way back in 2013. This got the authorities interested, and they've been digging ever since. And you know what? There's a good chance they've uncovered some dirt on Jay-Z too. Beyonce knows all about this, which is why she's already started separating her assets from his. In fact, at the recent iHeart Music Awards, Beyonce showed up to collect her award without Jay-Z by her side. She made sure to keep him out of the picture, even though she brought their kids along. It seems like she's starting to distance herself from him publicly. Then there's the whole thing with Jay-Z allegedly having a fling with Kathy White, rumored to be his former mistress. It all came to light when an article by Hollywood Street King popped up, suggesting that Jay-Z and Kathy were more than just friends. The article even hinted at a connection between Jay-Z, Kathy, Diddy, and Claudia Jordan, with a photo that seemed to confirm their close ties. But here's where it gets really interesting. Just a year after their alleged affair, Kathy tragically passed away. Her cause of death was officially listed as a brain aneurysm. But many people weren't buying it. They were suspicious of foul play, especially since Kathy had been talking to a tabloid about her connection to Jay-Z right before her death. And get this, barely 2 days after Beyonce announced her big baby news with Jay-Z, Kathy died. The timing seems too coincidental to ignore. Some folks are wondering if Kathy was silenced because she knew too much, and if that's the case, who's behind it all? Some are pointing fingers at Jay-Z, suggesting he might have had a hand in Kathy's demise to protect his image and marriage to Beyonce. Others are wondering if Beyonce herself played a role in covering up the truth, especially given her rumored temper. So, to sum it up, in my opinion, Jay-Z could be just as cunning and deceptive as Diddy, but he's been able to outsmart everyone, concealing his more dubious actions beneath a meticulously constructed image. Of course, people have their opinions on the matter. Some say Beyonce can't claim innocence now after being with Jay-Z for so long. They think she must have known what was going on all along. Others think it's game over for her too, saying she's just as guilty by association. One fan even said, "No, she wasn't blindsided. Beyonce knew exactly what Jay-Z was doing. She wanted to be the first one to have his baby. That's why they did away with the other woman that got pregnant by Jay-Z first. She isn't innocent by no means." Another one said, "Finally, people are realizing that Jay-Z and Beyonce are nothing more than a business transaction. They are a contract marriage. Everyone forgets when they first appeared on TRL, on MTV. When asked if Jay-Z could do another song with Beyonce, he said, 'Cut the check.' But what do you think? Is Beyonce as innocent as she's trying to make us believe? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to check out this other juicy video while you're at it.